This is a stepping up game and demonstrating China's commitment to a wider opening up of its vast market. And back in 2022, China offered zero tariff on 98% of taxable items from 16 least developed countries. And 1 year later, in December 2023, another 6 least developed African countries joined that list. And starting this month, China granted all least developed countries having diplomatic ties with it, including 33 African countries, a zero tariff deal. And the announcement was made during this year's summit, a forum on China-Africa cooperation, where Chinese President Xi Jinping said the move makes China the first major developing country and the first major economy to take such a step, helping turn China's big market into Africa's big opportunity. And on top of tariff exemptions, according to the China-Africa Institute, China is exploring comprehensive measures to assist Africa in promoting trade, not least by facilitating trade agreements, supporting cross-border e-commerce, and assisting exhibition in China. For instance, it provided over 120 free booths to exhibitors from 37 least developed countries at the China International Import Expo last month here in Shanghai, showcasing agriculture products from Africa. Look, China has remained Africa's largest trading partner for 15 consecutive years, but experts argue that bilateral cooperation hasn't always been smooth sailing, and one of the problems is trade imbalance, which has been raised by some African leaders and also some African businessmen here in China whom I talked to. Despite new highs, diversified commodities and services in China-Africa trade, deficits for the African continent have accompanied the deepened ties, and this imbalance arises from the difference between China and Africa in resource endowments, a stage of development, and industrial infrastructure. And this has been discussed at previous cooperation summits too. So in addition to the all-round tariff exemptions, China vows to strengthen investment in key areas of Africa's manufacturing sector in order to help African countries build capacity for self-generated development. And it says it will actively support the construction of the African Continental Free Trade Area, and such continuous process of mutual adaptation and problem-solving has made China-Africa relations more robust and mature. Now, the tariff policy is not just for African countries, but for most less developed nations. And they realize that the conventional foreign aid and low-level technology transfer are no longer sufficient to support those rapid developments. So the China-Africa cooperation model shows the possibility of deeper and broader South cooperation in a fair and sustainable manner. And that partnership is more about a resource sharing and technology transfer with the goal of achieving greater breakthroughs, innovation, and coordinated development. Yeah.